Hey, girls, want to give you some info on the Ukes group. We know you guys know them well, but just to see what they've looked like recently. This is them against Celtic on a narrow field. Looks like they're going to be in a 4-1-4-1, and how they build out. They might sit a little in a 4-2-3-1, but again, it's going to be really important for us to just recognize how they like to build up. They really like to involve their six. In their buildup. So just as we see this right here. Okay. So as you can see, just looking at their four, their one, and then their four again, and then their one. So even out of possession, it looks like they start this way and then drop a lot of players back. But again, just an idea to see what their shape looks like and how they look to get out. Another look at it here. Just taking a look at their shape and how they're looking in to get in behind, or how we can look to get in behind their center back. I mean, their outside back. Sorry. So you can see how much space is open, even though they're in a 4-1-4-1. They're tucking in a little bit to help out with the one, and that could leave some wide area plays for us. So again, showing you how they defend. Pretty spread out. This should give our center backs some plenty of time on the ball. We just want to make sure our outside backs are starting pretty high and give us the opportunity to play out. Pretty spread out. See how they press with numbers against our build-up. So the wide midfielders step up here. One of their 10s moves up with the 9. So they're just trying to make it really difficult to build out. So pace of play is going to be very important. Not being afraid to hit a ball into some space is also going to be very important. You can see that's the left back. So they're pretty well organized. So this space right here, playing into the 9, playing into our wide player, our wingers as well, could be a great option for us just to bypass and keep them honest. That would be the idea there. While Celtic is doing an okay job, they're not really getting anywhere there. Just take a look at their buildup. Like I said, their 6 likes to get on the ball plenty. So whoever our 10s are on the day, it's just going to be really important for us to recognize that she's kind of like the pivot or the hub that's trying to get them out and switch the point of attack. As you can see right here, gets them out and switches the ball. That's a little less in terms of the buildup, but you'll see in a couple of clips in the next few that she's certainly one that's going to help them get out of pressure. 24 it is, and we just want to make sure that that was just another attacking action. Another attacking action. Good. Just want to show you guys that one more time. It's just something out of nothing. And that's the last clip as well. So you can always rewind that. So just a quick win of the ball pops up, but look at how expanded the Celtic group is when the ball is flighted in the air. Obviously, we're going to do better than that anyways, but making sure if we're not tight, then it becomes really easy for them to transition and score goals. Goal kicks, they'll keep some players high. They're pretty good in the air, so it's important for us to make sure that we have numbers around the ball. When it bounces or if it bounces like that, we want to make sure our numbers are pressed up if we're going to play long. If we're playing short, obviously we know how to build out with that. But if we're going to play long, a goalkeeper's going to play long, we want to make sure that we've got numbers around the midfield so it doesn't give them an opportunity to create numbers up situations in transition like this. Now it's just a matter of them finding someone who can score or finding someone who has time and space, which is ultimately what they're trying to do after they win the ball on a goal kick. Again, as I was saying about playing through the 6, that's her. 24 just spreads the ball around a little bit. So again, sorry, I should give you a coaching point on that. Once the ball is played, we've got to be quick. We've got to first recognize that there's potential that it's going to happen, and she's going to try and switch the point of attack. So as soon as the ball is played to her, we just go apply pressure to her right away, and then apply pressure to wherever she passes the ball, and then they'll have to figure out another way to get through us. They'll have to solve it. But just from one pass from their six, they're able to get into a scoring opportunity. As you see here, outside back wins the ball. And again, if she's going to receive that, we need to jump her, get on her tight. So that while this player goes and leaves her and goes to the center back, she kind of leaves 24 wide open, and now she's able to get on the ball. So again, that next midfielder needs to make sure we get on her and make it difficult for her to create any sort of rhythm. When you do that, then it forces other players to have to step up. It's the same clip. She's working to get on the ball and create a build out with 5 players. So if anything, from these clips, just make sure we recognize that this is one of the players that's going to be able to help them. She's not going to be the one driving forward and scoring goals, but you can see when this defender, this right back, steps to that pass, it really makes it, it'll make it difficult on them, and we'll be on the front foot a little bit more. But again, as you can see, gets on the ball, looks to switch the point of attack. So the tighter we can be on their 6, the better. And then obviously our other 2 midfielders are going to, are 2 6s or our 6 and our 8 are going to have to deal with it. Just checking out their restarts here. Attacking player on the goalkeeper, numbers from out here, back post. So we just want to be aware that there's going to be runners in. So you can rewind this and take a look at it, but just recognize that there's going to be a bunch of runners in. Same thing here. Runners, 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 creeper on the back post. So even if she's there, we got to make sure that we're alert to her. Just busy and energetic getting after the first, second, third ball. So this is them defending, 2 on the post. So there's a nice little space here for us to get in and around the goalkeeper. Looks like they've got the short covered in that scenario, but if there is areas for us to play, a bounce pass, we can try that as well. But anyways, hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Obviously, if we go out and do what we do, then most of this doesn't matter. But hopefully you can see that there's a couple of things we need to at least address going into it, and we know their shape or their system, and we can stifle them a little bit with our attack and our speed. And look forward to watching you guys play.